school spirit.
Wildcats, get your head in the game.
Yeah, what team?
Wildcats.
I was a Burger King kid. Loved Burger King. I was obsessed. And what? Were you also obsessed? We missed Vine.
Then let's talk about Vine.
Let's talk about Vine. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Life sucks now. What's up, cool cats and kittens? Welcome back to the podcast. We're your hosts, Crystal and Nayla, and today we're going to be talking about all things early 2000s and possibly the 90s. We just kind of wanted to do a little throwback episode to remember the good old times because, I mean, life was much better back then and not so great now. I don't know if anyone else agrees, but that's how I feel.
Times have changed.
How do you feel, Nayla? Times have definitely changed. Also, just a little fun fact, my outfit today, in case you're wondering, if you're not watching and you're listening to us on Spotify, if you want to check us out on YouTube so you can see us while we're talking, I have an outfit that's kind of inspired by the early 2000s, kind of 90s. I feel like I'm channeling my inner Britney with my little buns here and the kind of spiky hair as much as it doesn't show that much. Also with the choker necklace, if I would have had one of those black ones with like the those plastic ones, there was actually a time, I mean, with like trends coming back all the time, there was a time when that was like popular, right?
Yeah, when we were like, I want to say about 10 years ago.
I remember that there was like a whole phase on YouTube.
Yeah, I want to say the 2010s.
But also, Nayla, why don't you tell us a little bit about your outfit? I feel like that'll be a good little segue to our first topic.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is. Haha. Haha.
Haha.
But we're matching with the space buns. I did braids.
Yeah.
I originally was kind of going for something that I would have had as a child. Like, how would my mom have done my hair? And the two braids were a staple. And I just like the space buns because my hair's short and the braids don't go down that far. And then for my shirt, I went like, I'm your grandpa type of look. It's a shirt that my father probably would have worn in the 90s. And it's this Champion shirt. I've had it for years. It's like actually really, I've had it since high school.
Yeah, it's a timeless purchase.
I've had it for a very long time, but it is this Champion little rugby polo shirt.
Yes, I love it. It's actually very cute.
We're also matching in color. I just want to say
we are. Oh my god. Talk about synchronicity. We need to do a whole episode on synchronicities because it's kind of insane how alike our lives are.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was born in 1996, so I consider myself an early 2000s kid because I didn't really grow up in the 90s. I grew up when it was phasing out, so I was like a transition baby. Because I went from the 90s was still like really, I feel like prevalent in the early 2000s, but then, I didn't get to fully experience the 90s. So I would say I was an early 2000s kid. How about you?
I was born at the end, like the very, very tail end of 1999. Barely made it as a 90s baby, but shout out.
Barely.
I did not want to be a 2000s baby. So,
Really? Why? I feel like the 2000s were good.
No, I like how my date looks, but I did make the tail end of the 90s, so I am technically a 90s baby. But I grew up fully in the 2000s. I had the full on 2000s childhood. Like everything was just 2000s.
Yes. And it's pretty crazy because we got to live through the whole like transition into the internet. So we kind of got to live our lives before the internet was really that big.
I miss the days when we didn't have the internet.
Right. Okay, so I remember like we had those big dinosaur computers, like the really bulky ones. And I mean, first of all, we had dial-up internet. So whenever we had to use it, we had to make sure no one was going to use the phone. Because I remember if you grabbed the phone while someone was on the internet, that was the most annoying sound ever. It was like traumatizing. But a good memory. And then I also remember using little floppy disks to play games.
Disks.
Those were really cool. Floppy disks were like actually really cool little design. And we used to like have to put those in to play any sort of game on the computer, and we would play
Snake.
like the snake ones were fun. I had a phone that had the snake one, my first ever phone. Did you? Well, you got your first phone when?
At 16.
Okay, so you had a
Yeah.
what?
iPhone 6.
Oh, okay. Cool
Yeah.
first phone.
Yeah, I'm bougie when it comes to my first phone.
I actually I had a phone, my first ever phone I got in, I kind of want to say third grade, because my dad was always like very all about technology. Like he knew technology was going to be a very big thing. So he we always had computers, we always had phones and stuff. But my first ever phone was the little Nokia brick phones, and it had the little snake game on there. And it's just funny to think about how those screens, they used to look so big to me, but now they're tiny compared to like how our phones are now. Like it's like
These things are
you can't even compare
Whoa.
it. Oh.
No, it's nothing bad. It's just Christian McCaffrey.
Oh. Nayla and her football.
Me and my football. But yeah, no, these screens are huge. Like, I just can't believe how much screen we have.
Yes, it almost feels like an unnecessary amount of screen, to be honest. But also, sometimes my screen, like I have the plus. Oh my God, look at that.
I
A
was gonna
huge
say,
difference.
I have my iPod Touch and I compare this is dead right
Oh
now,
my
but I compare the
God.
sizes like all the time.
That's tiny. Oh my God, to
I
think
miss it
about.
being this small though.
Do you?
I do. I genuinely miss my phone being this like my iPod. Okay, technically,
Mm-hmm.
my first phone, yes, was an iPhone
Uh-huh.
6 when I was 16, but my first ever device, like phone-esque
Mm-hmm.
device, was the iPod Touch, and I got this when I was 12.
See, I remember a lot of kids in school having iPod touches as their device because
Phones, yeah.
you would just connect it to the Wi-Fi, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you could use it. I remember still having I forget what they're called, but it was kind of like the
Sidekick,
slider phones, sidekicks. Yeah, it was like it wasn't a sidekick, it was like a knockoff sidekick, like the
the
Sprint
slider,
brand
yeah,
sidekicks. Yeah, the slider ones, and those were so cool though, because it was like, I mean, the way that they made sounds, and then also like the flip phone, like they're good for when you're like passionate about something, like
yeah.
clicking
You
it,
just yeah.
like and goodbye, click. Now
The
you can't do that
Motorola
with the phone.
Razor.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
it's coming back.
Okay. If iPhone did it, I think it would be popular. But because a lot of people are so diehard with Apple, they'll stick to Apple no matter what. But like Samsung has brought back those devices.
Hmm.
Also, I think Motorola, if they're still a thing, I think I've seen
Yeah,
Motorola.
they made a
They
full
also
new
have,
Razor.
yeah. And it's
Yeah,
touch, right?
yeah. It's a full touch
Mm-hmm.
screen, but it's a full on like Motorola Razor where it flips shut and everything.
Yeah. See, I would want that, but I'm also one of those people that are diehard Apple. And so
Yeah,
sucks for me.
I can't say much because I'm sitting with a MacBook, an
Yeah.
iPhone, Apple Watch that's charging currently,
AirPods,
AirPods, like
iPad.
yeah, the list keeps going. Like I don't know, my iPod's still sitting here. But
Honestly,
yeah,
Apple really knew how to like get us.
and I think this goes into the simplicity of things.
Mm-hmm.
Apple is the interface is a lot simpler, and
Mm-hmm.
so with all the simplicity, it's easier to use. And I think Apple is one of the brands that set the standard of simplifying everything. Now that I think
Yeah.
about it, I think Apple's the one who really made that a trend.
Yeah, I agree. So I guess we'll get into the whole simplification of life.
Mhm.
Okay, so one thing we want to talk about is how the world is slowly losing color. And that's actually kind of scary to me because I didn't really realize it because I was kind of lost in that whole mindset where I was really liking things that were very simple. But then when I heard that the world was losing color, that started to scare me because it is true. Like, I guess simple is pretty, but it's kind of boring. And I don't like it.
Yeah. And watch our video last week where we talk about Gilmore Girls. But
Mm-hmm.
while rewatching Gilmore Girls this season, it really showed how fashion
Mm-hmm.
especially has changed so much, and how a lot of people back then used to, like 2000s, used to wear a lot more color.
Yeah. Yeah, I've noticed that in when I rewatched Sister Sister, the colors were so vibrant and I think it was so much cuter than what we wear now. I mean, don't get me wrong, like my closet is half black, half brown, basically. It's like it's so simple. But I'm slowly starting to try to incorporate more color because I miss life when it had color. Like I kind of get bored with the just plain black and brown now. It makes me
Yeah,
sad.
like the idea of having a capsule wardrobe is so fun because then you'll be
Mhm.
able to have such a limited amount of clothes. And like,
Mhm.
I know you talked about it in one of your recent videos too,
Mhm.
but trying to have that capsule wardrobe and being able to have the staples and just like switch them out here and there for new outfits.
Uh-huh.
But also, I want to wear like a rainbow sweater every once in a while, you know?
Right. Just have a little sparkle of color in there.
It brings out more individuality. And I think when we think about trends
Mhm.
and we think about groups of people in certain trends, I think this whole minimalistic lifestyle and approach comes from the fact that it's mainly influencer based, like celebrity
Mhm.
based. I feel like a lot of
Mhm.
celebrities wanted to do the simplistic, the minimalistic, and that's why in real life it's not as realistic to do that.
Mhm.
Like
I
when
just think it
I
looks more aesthetic.
yeah, and like when you see people, I don't know if you've seen like the New York street videos where people like ask about fashion, or people ask about, oh, like they're just talking to people on the streets of New York.
Mhm.
Everyone there, the fashion sense is crazy because they wear
Yeah.
whatever they want.
Mhm.
But then over here on the West Coast, it's very follow what the influencers are doing.
Yeah, the what's on the trend.
Mhm.
I agree. I've started to notice that too. And it does take away the originality from people because I mean you're just dressing how everyone else is dressing. Cause I know for a while, like I didn't even know what my style was because I was just trying to buy things that the influencers were wearing, like what was trendy at the time. And so now I feel like I'm almost lost because I don't know what my fashion sense is because I was so used to just going off of what everyone else was doing. And it's I mean, taking me some time now, but I'm slowly trying to figure out what it is that I like, not what everyone else likes. And that definitely, I mean, yeah, life took a turn because there was so much originality and then the whole influencer era. And I mean, influencing works. What you see online, you want it.
And I hate that it works. It stopped
Yeah.
working for me. It's slowly, like, coming to a halt
Hmm.
because I think of for some reason, when I started talking about the whole simplicity thing,
Uh huh.
obviously the Kardashians came to mind,
Hmm.
and then
Oh,
Hailey
yeah.
Bieber came to mind.
Hmm.
And, I mean, hey, people love them. Good on them. They do what they do.
Hmm.
I just personally think that their aesthetics are so unrealistic because they're so boring. They're kind of boring. Like, I'm so sorry.
No, they really are. Like, I remember when Kim Kardashian showed her house, it looks so like it
Empty.
doesn't look like it's a livable place. Like maybe it's because I'm just so used to living in a house with so much color and so much mess like all over that her house was like completely clean. I feel like there's no it just doesn't feel fun to like live there.
It felt cold.
Mhm.
Like, it didn't feel welcoming or warm,
Yeah. It
homely. It
felt
didn't feel homely.
yeah, at all. Felt more like an art gallery sort of thing.
I also thought about, I think a couple months ago, she posted some pictures of her on the beach with her kids,
Mhm.
and they were all wearing black bathing suits. Like, they're kids.
Yeah, there's no color there either.
Shouldn't they get to pick what they want? I don't
Yeah.
like, maybe they want to wear black, and if they do, good on them. I love wearing black. I only wear
Mhm.
black. But I just feel like it's so boring. It's just
Yeah.
so boring.
No, I agree. Like I remember having a bikini and it was like a bright one. It's actually kind of similar to the blouse I'm wearing now where it was like brown but it had like blue and green polka dots and it was so cute. I could not imagine like being little and going for just plain black bathing suit. I feel like I would have loved color because I mean, when you're little, you get attracted to the color and the sparkle. So I don't know, maybe they're just so used to having like that minimalistic, like simple
Yeah,
lifestyle
it's
that.
like a whole deep thing going. It's a deep dive on the house they were brought up in and the people they were
Mm-hmm.
brought up around and stuff. But just seeing it visually,
Mm-hmm.
I understand people are like, "Oh, this is so aesthetic," but it's just so boring. That's
Yeah,
all
I
I go
mean,
back to is how boring it is.
I agree. I mean, you're talking to people who grew up in the Lisa Frank era.
Dude,
Like,
I love Lisa Frank.
yeah, she was, I think she was from Arizona or she had like her building here in Arizona. So I'm like super
Shout
proud of
out
Lisa Frank.
Crystal. Shout out
Yeah.
Crystal for being from Arizona.
And so I remember having like all of like the binders, like they were so cool. We also grew up with like Polly Pockets and things like that. And it was like everything just had so much color. And it
Mhm.
was so much cooler. I've seen like some of the toys that they come out with now, and they even look more simple. Like they don't look as fun.
Mhm.
And so I don't know why there's this, I don't know, what would you call it? The simple era. Why companies are marketing the whole like simple look, because it just looks so much more boring. But maybe it's because kids nowadays are growing up with that simplistic lifestyle that that's what they're attracted to.
iPad kids.
Yeah, literally iPad kids. Although I am an iPad adult, I will say, because I do like to have my iPad and snack.
That's okay.
Yeah,
I'm talking about iPad kids though that didn't really have real toys growing
childhoods.
up. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. I miss childhood because we were outside playing and we were like running around.
We were creative. I just want to say, as
Yes.
children, we were insanely creative because I'm an only child. So I didn't
Mm-hmm.
have anyone to play with. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like my grandma doesn't speak English. I mean, I spoke Hindi with her, but she doesn't speak English. So she only watched Full House and that was it. And I don't know why she really liked Full House. So
Mm-hmm.
we rarely watched TV. And so I would have to come up with games to play by myself. I would create a whole restaurant with a menu. I would be the waiter, I would be the chef, and I would be the customer. I would do everything on my own. And I enjoyed it so much, but I had so much creativity using what I had in the house to make
Mm-hmm.
like the table, to set the table, to have, a little clipboard walking around. I did all of these things creatively on my own because I couldn't just sit down in front of an iPad and just watch TV.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And there's actually a new parenting technique now that I've been seeing a lot of moms do on TikTok, on YouTube, because of the fact that kids nowadays are growing up with devices and I mean, they're glued to their iPads. I mean, sometimes you take away an iPad from a kid and they'll throw a tantrum, sort of thing. Like they're hooked on those things. And so parents now are trying to teach their kids how to be bored so that they can be creative. And that's pretty insane. Cause yeah, I agree. I mean, I grew up with three sisters. And so we weren't like the richest family around. So sometimes we had to be creative. And when we wanted to play Barbies and we didn't have a dollhouse, we would use shoe boxes or we
You
would use
create
cardboard boxes. Yeah. We would come up with it. Like we didn't need to have those things. We had an imagination.
you were able to create things
Mm-hmm.
just based off your mind.
Yeah. And now it's kind of sad, like seeing kids only be glued to their iPad. I mean, I'm not going to like shame moms for using iPads to,
iPads are a great creation, honestly.
yeah, like they are helpful, but it's kind of sad to see just kids on devices. I mean, you go to like a doctor's office and you see the kids on the phone instead of like them running around and playing, you know? It's just kind of
That's
sad.
that's the one thing that I hate about iPad kids. If you are in a public situation, learn how to use a volume and put that down. Because
Yeah.
I was at a restaurant with my parents, I think
Mhm.
last week, and we're sitting there, and me and my dad just kept looking at each other because there's a kid who's sitting like two tables down, blasting Peppa Pig.
Oh my god.
Blasting Peppa Pig. We were so irritated because we were trying to have this
Susie.
Like, I kept hearing the da, 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 and I was
The
like, "I know what this is." Like, yeah, the stupid snort.
Mommy
Hey,
pig, Daddy pig.
listen, Peppa Pig's great. No problem with that.
No, literally. But those are some brave kids though, because I get so embarrassed if my volume is up and everybody can hear what I'm like watching. Even though I'm just watching, I don't know, like something on TikTok, but it's just like you never know what you'll come across.
On
And so
TikTok,
like
yeah.
yeah, and like those kids are just like loud, like blasting. You can hear them from across the room and I'm like, "Okay, you guys are brave."
I will say headphones are one of the world's best like inventions.
Yeah, they really are. Sometimes I even like want them now, but just because Apple has kind of made it hard to even use them, kind of sucks. Can't use them.
Yeah. No, I think I have good ears for AirPods. They fit perfectly. But
Really?
I have the older version, so I don't know.
Oh, yeah. See,
Yeah.
I have the AirPod Pros and they suck. I would not recommend.
I like the older version better because I like Apple headphones.
Yeah, they honestly, those are better because like it's all plastic. These have like the little gummy thing. So
Yeah, I
it's
don't
for
like the
like,
gummy thing.
yeah, it's supposed to be more comfortable, but it's definitely not. Also, sometimes it like squeaks in my ear because the air gets caught in there and it'll go like geek. And I'm like, oh, over getting deaf over here.
Yeah, that random suction.
hmm
Anyway, we're going off topic. Back to
Yeah, very off topic. But we were talking about like the whole like simplicity. And so another thing that's really changed is even just the apps themselves. I don't know if you remember the Instagram logo being like really cool, had like the little camera, and now it's just like a weird like white outline.
Oh yeah,
Boring.
it was like a full Polaroid camera. It was like
Yeah.
brown. Yeah.
Yeah, they were so much more fun. And now they're not.
Hmm.
Also, you put on here like the restaurant designs. I literally talk about this with my sisters all the time because listen, I was a Burger King kid, loved Burger King. I was obsessed. And what were you
No,
also obsessed?
there's a Burger King down the street, and I used to go all the time. Like I
Lucky you.
no, but what it hurts because they just remodeled it like earlier
Oh,
like this year.
yeah.
And it made me so sad to see it get remodeled because it used to be that was my
hmm
home base when it came to fast food.
Yeah. And now it looks, it looks nice. I'm not gonna lie. It's a very futuristic look, very on brand with how the world is today. But I miss the old Burger King layout. And also it may have looked dirtier, but I'm not gonna lie, I missed it. I missed the way that it looked.
It's so basic and brown now. Literally, we were passing by when they were remodeling it. My
Uh-huh.
dad was like, "Oh, they got rid of the Burger King." And I was like, "They got rid of it?" And he was looking at the building and he was like, "Yeah, that doesn't look like Burger King anymore." And I was like, "No, no,
hmm
no. That is Burger. They just remodeled it. They're not getting rid of it."
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Oh, that's sad. Like that's just
hmm
sad." Cuz
Yeah.
it is a basic just brown building. If you don't know it's Burger King, you have no idea what it is. The branding
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah. It's so sad. They also did that with Taco Bell. I remember Taco Bell used to look a lot funner.
Taco
That's
Bell was
word.
so fun.
Right.
The bright pink, the bright purple, the bright blue.
Mm-hmm. Let me tell you, in if you ever want to experience the old Taco Bell retro style, go to Marina. They have a Taco Bell there. It's like total throwbacks. And if they ever remodel that, I will sue. Because that is just it's not allowed. They're not allowed to change it. And then now all the Taco Bells are gray and like purple, which
All
is
gray.
pretty in the in retrospect, but it's boring.
It's all
And
gray.
then yeah, also McDonald's just also upgraded. Now they're kind of going for a restaurant vibe.
Are there any more playpens? Or are they like fully gone now?
No, they have some, but they're very small
Yeah.
and they don't look fun. I remember like going up to like the top and like knocking on the dirty ass window, like, Mom, can you see me?
Can you see me from here?
Yeah, hi, I made a friend.
I know. I'm
And then you would
childhood.
get shocked because of the plastic. Those were the times.
Those were it really and it's just I just get sad driving by these places now because every building
hmm
looks the same.
Yeah, they just keep getting like more and more simple.
Hmm.
It's really sad. I miss the world the way it used to be.
It was
Um
much, much better.
Yeah. Another thing, I know we already talked a little bit about fashion, but one thing I noticed, and I don't know if it's just something I never really paid attention to, but crop tops. Everything is cropped now.
Oh yeah.
Did we have crop tops back in the day? Because I don't remember us having crop tops. It was maybe less common for everything to be cropped.
Well, early 2000s, low-rise jeans and
Mm.
long shirts, right?
Hmm.
And so I guess once high-waisted pants became more of a thing, that's when crop tops became more of a thing. But I
That
would
makes
say that was
sense.
maybe like 7, 8 years ago. Like it wasn't that far long ago, right?
Yeah, because I really don't remember crop tops being like very common. But, now you go to the store and literally everything is cropped.
Everything.
You like,
Sweaters.
yeah, it looks like it's full size, but as soon as you pick it up and you open it, it's like half the size you were imagining. And it sucks because, like, I don't want to wear crop tops. I mean, you totally can. If you feel comfortable wearing crop tops, like, power to you. But I don't want to wear crop tops because I don't feel comfortable showing my stomach.
Hmm. No, I
And so
totally get that.
they need to bring back longer shirts.
It's just it's uncomfortable for some people, like no matter what your body size is.
Yeah.
It's just uncomfortable. People are have their insecurities, people have their comfortable levels. I
Mm-hmm.
For a while after high school, I would only shop in the men's section.
Yeah, because t-shirts, like you would
Mhm.
get the men's t-shirts. Those are the only ones that you can really find that aren't cropped.
Yeah,
For women, just everything is cropped.
absolutely. There's absolutely nothing. I feel like it's so rare to find like a full size shirt or even
Mm-hmm.
sweaters.
Yeah.
Like even with sweaters, you don't find full size sweaters anymore. Like this is a freaking men's shirt. This is a
Yeah.
men's shirt. This is the only way I could wear a sweater that's fully, it has to be a men's size.
Yeah.
I'm like, I wear high-waisted jeans, but that doesn't mean I want to have my lower stomach just out. Like, I wear
Yeah.
high-waisted jeans because I'm comfortable in high-waisted jeans. I don't want my butt crack showing.
Yeah, same. I would be so terrified if low-rise jeans ever made a comeback because
They are.
yeah, slowly, and I'm terrified. But like I'll watch sometimes like the old Lizzie McGuire show or all of the ones where they would wear like low rise and they were so close to a butt crack slip. I was like, how are you guys comfortable with this? Do you not
If
feel the air, the breeze?
if they weren't so like fit,
Mm-hmm.
I would be so scared to sit down.
Yeah, same.
What if they just slip a little bit?
Yeah.
I've gotten too
I don't
comfortable with
know,
high-waisted
man.
jeans.
Yeah, me too.
I'm
Also,
like,
it's just nice
suffocate
that
me.
like yeah, it's nice that they like suction you in or keep you safe.
It's
And
compressive.
also mom jeans, ugh, wonderful. Love them.
I'm a mom jean straight jean person.
Yeah, same. Oh my God. Skinny jeans were like a whole era though. Like the way,
The
man.
way, yeah, skinny jeans had a hold on me.
And now it's so weird to see myself in skinny jeans. Like the only thing that I wear closely related to skinny jeans are my leggings when I'm working
Mhm.
out. And they look good. But if I put on a pair of skinny jeans, I'm like, oh, this is weird. This is odd. I look like curvy up at the top and then like skinny at the bottom. I'm like, no, I like the straight fit, the curve and then the straight fit.
Mhm.
It looks nicer. That's
Yeah.
just how I feel.
No, I agree. It's more, I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah.
What is it called? It's like
Flattering.
it's more cohesive too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, you have a lot more like breathing room when you go to eat with mom jeans than like the high waisted ones.
Skinny jeans, I seriously like, how did I take them off?
Yeah. Oh,
I
we
feel
used to
like
have to like do the jumping
yeah, putting
to
them
get
on and
into the.
taking them off. Mm-mm. I love the fact that I can just pull up my jeans now. I don't have to jump. I don't have to like adjust myself.
Yeah, they're so
They just come on.
comfortable.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So on TikTok, there's like how you mentioned earlier that they do like little interviews where they go out in public and they ask people questions. I don't know where this is, but they were going around and asking a bunch of guys and girls like what their least favorite trend was. And for men, there was this one guy who said mom jeans because you can't see the butt. Basically, that's what
Yes,
he
you
said.
can.
Right, you so can. But like a lot of women were coming to like the defense of mom jeans, which like I was like, woo, let's all go.
Yeah.
Uh,
If
but
you find the right size mom jean, your butt can look good.
yeah, but
I
also
will
it's just
say
like,
Crystal's butt looks good in mom jeans.
oh, thank you. I
Mhm.
feel honored because I've been working on that. um, but like we wear the jeans for us. We don't wear it for them at the end of
Oh,
the day.
absolutely not. Yeah.
So power to mom jeans. We love mom jeans. Mom jeans sponsor us. Could you imagine? They'd be like, they're reaching out. Hi, this is Mom Jeans. We'd like to sponsor you guys.
This is Mom Jeans is a band. They
Really?
could sponsor us.
That makes sense. I'm not surprised there's a band called Mom Jeans.
Yeah, Mom Jeans sponsor us. Go ahead.
Yes. Let us go to your concert and we'll wear Mom Jeans in
Yeah.
honor of you. Yes. Okay, so Nyla had a question on here that said, "Do you still have phone numbers memorized?" I only know my mom's phone number, but it's because it's the same phone number she's always had. Other than that, don't even ask me about anyone's phone number.
Like
My
you don't know
phone book
any
has
of your
it.
sisters.
No, none of them. I know like the
So
first three digits, but that's it.
so what if this is a what if question? You're
I get
going
kidnapped or something.
somewhere. Yeah, no, what if you're just stranded? Like what if you went on a road trip and you got stranded and you couldn't charge your phone and so your phone's dead? Like the only
Yeah.
person you can call is your mom.
Yeah, or myself. Or
But your phone's
911. Yeah,
dead.
I know that one. I know 911.
I can call the police.
I'm pretty solid. Yeah,
I know
no,
the
like
police
that.
number.
I'm screwed. I'm screwed if that ever happens to me because I only know my mom. So like fingers crossed my mom answers. Or otherwise, if like I only had one phone call left to make on my phone, that's the only phone number I have. And if she doesn't answer, then I bye bye Crystal.
Dude, same
What
though.
about you?
Same.
Do you
I
are you the same way?
when I was younger, I used to have all of my family members' phone numbers like memorized in case something happened and I was stuck at
Uh-huh.
school. I had it all written down too in my notebook in my folder. I had it written down
Uh-huh.
in my folder. But I had like my mom's number, my house I still know my house phone number, but we don't even have that. That number means so much to me because it's the number I grew up with. And now
Mm-hmm.
we can't use it. It's so sad
Oh.
because we don't have a
Yeah, house phones
landline.
were so fun.
House phones were let's talk, let's we can get into that. But yeah, so
Uh-huh.
back in the day, I used to have everyone's phone number memorized. And then that's the issue is because people don't have landlines anymore. Because I could still
Mm-hmm.
say like I have my mom's sister's phone number memorized. I have a couple of my mom's siblings like phone numbers memorized, but none of them have landlines anymore. So technically I don't. I it's just my mom.
Mm. Yeah. See, back then I was the same way. I used to know all of my aunt's phone numbers, my dad's phone numbers, but because they've changed their phone numbers over time, I've never really made an effort to learn them because they're
Hmm.
just on my phone.
Hmm.
But yeah, and you know what? That could go into how like why my memory is so bad because I don't need to use my memory. Technology memorizes everything for me. All of my passwords, all of my phone numbers, like any information, notes, stuff, it's all on my phone. And my mind doesn't have to work hard anymore.
Let's talk about that a little bit more, Crystal.
Yeah.
I think you've done this challenge before, and so that's why I want your insight on it.
Uh-huh.
24 hours without your phone, can you
Oh
survive?
yeah. Ah, 24 hours, yes. Anything more than that, no.
Obviously, 24 hours in your room in your house, you can survive without
Yeah.
your phone. I mean 24 hours like you're running errands, you're going outside, like you're doing things.
See, I think I could if I'm here, like where I live, because I know
Hmm.
where everything is. Like, we don't live in like a really huge city where you have to take freeways and stuff. It's all like it's a town.
Hmm.
So I could most definitely like get from point A to point B. Unless you tell me to find someone's address. Yeah, don't tell me to find someone's address because I would not
Hmm.
be able to. But if like let's say I'm having a day where I need to go to Target, I need to go to the post office, I need to go to the thrift store, whatever. Like I'm totally fine and I could totally do 24 hours, just disconnect from the world. If you put me anywhere else, no, I would not survive. But also like here, more than 24 hours, no, because I would miss my phone. What about you? Do you think you could do it?
I've always wanted to. I've always wanted to
Mm.
just turn it
You
off
should
and
do
just
it.
I I feel like we all rely on our phone for everything.
Yeah, we do.
For I don't think my like car is programmed where I know the radio station. I know the radio station still, luckily, because I grew
Mm-hmm.
up here, but my car's not programmed for it. So I'd have to tune it and find the radio stations to get
Mm-hmm.
music, because I
Mm-hmm.
every time first thing I get into my car, I plug in my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Um with maps, I can,
Mm-hmm.
again, like you said, in my town, I can get from point A to point B, no problem.
Uh-huh.
Outside of that, I don't know where I'm going.
Yeah. Kian and JC, who are YouTubers, in case you don't know them, they did a challenge where they went 24 hours without their phone, but their friends dropped them off at a random location in LA, which I feel like I would be so lost. I would be scared for my life if you dropped me off in a random location in LA. I would not know my south from my east, my west to my north. I don't know what I said, but yeah, I would I would be lost.
She's east to west to my north, south.
East to west, north, south. Yeah. Like right here, like I know east to west because like towards the ocean, that's my west coast. East is more land because we don't have land. I mean, do you not know your east from your
No,
west?
I had to think about it I do know it's west, north. I know. I'm with you.
Yeah. See, like I kind of know that. But like let's say you drop me off in a random location, like in the middle of the desert, and you told me to tell you east from west, north to south, I would not. I would not know how to tell you that. Would you? Do you know? Maybe the
I
way the
don't
sun
think
rises.
so. Yeah. I'd have
Because
to
the
look
sun
at where the
rises
sun's
in the east,
going.
sets in the
Sets in the
west.
west, yeah.
But
Like, I'd
don't
have
tell
to see.
me north
But if you
south.
drop me like at noon when the
Uh-huh.
sun's directly above, I'd have no
Yeah.
idea.
I won't know till the sun sets.
Yeah. I'd be like, hold on, I gotta sit here for a couple hours and then I'll let you know.
And then away.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would go psycho too.
Well, I was thinking with the Keenan JC video, they also had to use cash for everything. They had to
Mm.
use like the bus system, which is, I don't
Have you
even
ever used the
know the,
bus?
I used to in college.
Okay.
So I knew my routes. I
Okay.
knew which way bus. But when I first got to college, didn't really know too much about the bus. There's one bus in my hometown where I know where that
Mhm.
one bus goes. I know that one line, but that's the only line I know. In college, when I first went, no idea what I was doing. Within the first week, my friends and I got lost because we took the wrong bus. We ended up at a bus stop and we were playing heads up because we were there for like an hour because we didn't know how to get a bus back, because apparently buses stop after a certain time too.
How'd you guys get back?
A bus eventually came, but it
Okay.
just took
Okay.
like an hour.
That's traumatizing. I've been traumatized about that ever since the SpongeBob episode.
No, actually, that SpongeBob episode scared me. If I was not with four other people that day, life
Yeah.
over. I would have cried. I would have called my mom. I would have been like, "Mom, I don't want to go to college. Pick me up, please."
Yeah, no, same. That was something that scared me about riding buses, but say, because our town is so like small, it's fairly easy to not get lost.
Hmm.
But I mean, I didn't know which bus to get on, so I just kind of followed the herd. And luckily one of my friends did ride the buses, so I just went with her. And then that's how I learned. I don't even know any of the other routes. I only knew the
The
one
one route.
from point A to point B. That's it. That's
Hmm.
all I knew. And that's all I
Yeah,
needed to know.
I only know my one route here, but we had more routes in college, so I did learn
Mhm.
like, oh, the 16 bus goes this way, the 19 goes this way.
Mhm.
But I mean, in LA, like if you're just gonna drop me off in a random spot, I don't know where I'm going.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I would be lost. But you should totally do a 24-hour challenge and see like how you survive.
The other issue with that though is I use my laptop, and being an Apple baby, my laptop has everything on it. Like I'll see my messages still.
Okay, but what if you disconnect from all of your devices? Do you think you could do it?
No, I work. I need my laptop
Saturday.
on a Saturday. Well, see, I'm watching Black Panther tomorrow, so I need my ticket, which is on my phone.
Oh no.
I rely on. I also use Apple Pay, so like my phone is everything.
Hmm.
I barely take out my wallet anywhere I go because I everything's on my phone.
Most places here don't take Apple Pay still.
Oh, that's a good thing because you could still need your
Yeah.
wallet. I don't even need
Yeah.
my
Oh my
wallet.
God. Can we talk about though, like how unsafe the world is now? Your
Mhm.
card, you just tap it. You don't even need a PIN number anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone can use your card if you lose it.
Mm-hmm.
Same with the Apple device. Like, what if technology malfunctions and you accidentally pay like $100 for the person next to you and you don't even realize it?
Not even just that, but the fact that passwords are so hacked so easily now.
Mm-hmm.
If someone can get into your phone, they can access almost all of your information.
Yeah. Also, like if you're using the Wi-Fi from a public store or something, like anyone
Mhm.
can hack you as well through there.
Mhm.
And
And it's
Target has
not
been in a
even
couple of scandals.
oh no, not my Target.
Yeah, we love Target no matter what, but yeah, they've been hacked.
It's not even just technologically we're unsafe.
Uh-huh.
We talked about it a little bit in our Halloween episode, but the world just seems so much more unsafe
So
now.
much more unsafe. Yes, can we talk about that? So,
Mhm.
we did mention a little bit in the last episode about how like one thing I loved from my childhood were the little parties that we would have at school.
Mhm.
And I wanted to talk about that because as time went on, they stopped having those little parties because I guess there was more of a risk that like people could put stuff in the food. And so when they did have parties, it had to be packaged stuff. And so that's a little less fun because I remember people taking like homemade brownies. I'm a
Mhm.
sucker for homemade brownies. And or they would like take cookies or pizza and stuff like that. And now unless the teacher buys the pizza, like no one can take pizza. Um and I wonder if that's just because we have so much access to news like 24/7 that people are more alarmed
Mhm.
because I'm like, did that just like randomly start happening? Like, did people not do this stuff before? Or like why is this transition happening, you know?
My theory is it's a trust thing.
Uh-huh.
Like you said, with the consumption of media and the fact that we have access to media more, people
Mm-hmm.
have become less trusting
Mm-hmm.
because news makes it seem like, your neighbor could be a bad person.
Yeah, that's so true.
And
All of the like the
so,
documentaries on serial killers.
yeah. And so, because of all of that, mentally, people just stop trusting each other.
Mm-hmm.
And so, homemade food is untrustworthy. And it sucks because that level of trust is so impressive that we had that as a society at one point.
Yeah.
Like how many school events I went to where my mom would make food and other people's parents would make food. We had potlucks all the time.
Yeah.
And those
Bake
memories are
sales.
so yeah, and those memories are like so crucial to my growing up. Kids nowadays, they don't get that because
Yeah.
no one trusts each other.
Yeah. It's actually really sad. But I mean, I understand it because I also don't trust anyone anymore, but like still, those were the good old days and I miss having those parties. And my teacher, I remember she would make us like French toast and stuff like that. And I don't think that they allow that in schools as much anymore. Like it has to
I
be
doubt it.
planned, organized.
Mhm.
So that's really sad. But you still got to experience that too, huh? So
I did.
okay,
I
because there's a
experienced it all
3 year
the way.
difference.
Yeah. I
Uh-huh.
experienced it all the way through high school.
Hmm. Also, another thing that I know has like changed recently is when I was in school, we used to take field trips all the time. We used to go to Knott's Berry Farm, things like that. But my sisters, who there's like a at least a 6 year difference between my sister Ceci and me, and then 8 years from me and Brenda. Both of them didn't really get to experience field trips.
Mhm.
And I don't know if that also has to do with that, or maybe there's less funding to schools.
Funding
That's also a
probably
big
is one
thing.
thing, but again, I still think it's the trust thing.
Yeah.
I think parents stop trusting like the school taking their kids somewhere.
Yeah.
They stop trusting chaperones because, who knows what could happen on a field trip.
Yeah. That's so true.
I do
And
think it's a trust
honestly,
thing.
yeah. And rightfully so because if I had kids, I would not trust schools, period. I would be scared.
Yeah, but in today's day and age, I agree. Like I also don't trust people, but it
Uh-huh.
sucks that we've gotten to this point as a society that we can't trust anyone.
Yeah. That's very true.
Like, that's why, again, going back to Gilmore Girls, just because we've watched it recently, Stars Hollow is such a tight-knit community because there is so much trust within that community.
Yes, like you would feel safe living in Stars Hollow.
They all trust each other so much, and that's why they're able to have that community.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's what's
now
lost, community.
Mhm. We lost community, we lost trust.
Yeah. Also, I think it also has a lot to do with just being like addicted to social media or technology because, okay, our school, I remember, okay, hold on. Let me get my thoughts together. Growing up, I would watch all these shows on Disney Channel and their school spirit was like next level. And so I always thought that when I would go to high school, it would be like full on school spirit. Like,
Wildcats, get your head in the game.
yeah, what team?
Wildcats.
Yeah.
Us getting
Schools out,
copyrighted.
scream and shout. I know. We will, especially because we're so good at singing.
We're so good. Hey, listen.
They're gonna think this is the
We're
actual soundtrack.
soaring,
Flying.
flying.
There's not a place. Don't let us get in there. I thought it was going to be like that, you know? I really wanted my high school musical experience. And when I showed up to high school, no one was singing and dancing.
Like, even not even just High School Musical, but Hannah
Mhm.
Montana, Wizards of Waverly Place. Just
Yeah,
all of the shows that we grew up with had school.
school spirit.
Sweet
And
Life
when
on
I showed
Deck.
up, yeah, but my high school, zero school spirit. And there was even this one time we had an assembly like for the beginning of the school year, and they would separate us by year. So you had
Mhm.
the freshmen, sophomore, junior, seniors, and they did a screamometer. I think that's what they called it, to like show like which class was the loudest. And so first, this is when I was a freshman. Seniors, they were so loud. They were like, whoa, cheering. Then you got to the juniors and they were like still loud, but not as loud as the seniors. Then we got to the sophomores. The sophomores were kind of like starting to like be a little bit more quiet. When they got to my freshman class, dead crickets. It was so awkward, but that just kind of showed how less, over time, less and less school spirit. It's kind of sad.
You were a senior when I was a freshman?
I don't know. I graduated in 2014.
You were a senior when I was a freshman.
I was a senior and you're a freshman. We would have been in school for 1 year.
1 year. No, because I
Yeah.
started when you said that
Mhm.
your class, like, when you were freshmen, had no spirit whatsoever. I
Uh-huh.
started thinking about, like, our rallies, and I was like,
Uh-huh.
"Okay, so if I was a freshman, what class would Crystal have been?"
Mhm.
Class of night or not class of '96. Class of 2014.
Class of
Y'all
96?
suck.
How old would I be?
I don't even know, man. But class of 2014, you guys did suck. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
Yeah. Man, we were horrible. I don't know
Yeah,
if we were the start of the anxious
I think so
community.
because I mean, class of 14, y'all sucked. At least in my school, also class of 14,
Uh-huh.
they were not it. Class of
23rd,
16.
2016.
Class of
Uh-huh.
16, I don't know why. They were on something.
Oh,
They were
that was
on
the
something.
euphoria time.
They won for because we had like the screaming meter too. They
Mhm.
won every year when they were in school with us.
Really?
We didn't win a single year. My class, 2017, not a single year. Cause I don't know, it was just like, and I guess you guys did the same thing where people just didn't want to participate,
Mhm.
which I
They didn't want
hated.
to.
And then if you did participate, like, you got made fun of for participating.
You were a loser.
You were a loser for participating and having school spirit. Why was I a loser?
Did you
I
have
thought
school
I was
spirit?
cool. Okay, I am, as you can tell, I think we're both gonna agree on this one. I love a theme.
Were you a Stuco kid?
I wanted to be, but I wasn't because my friend group thought it was lame.
Oh, okay. See, the Stuco kids at our school were popular,
Oh.
which is weird because normally they're not the popular kids, but all Stuco kids, popular kids. My school.
We didn't really have like a because everyone thought it was lame.
They were like, nope. Yeah, but also like whenever we had theme weeks, no one really dressed up. I
No
also
one
didn't dress
dressed
up though.
up.
I didn't dress
But
up either.
did you not dress up because of the pressure of everyone around you not
Yeah,
dressing up?
because no
Yeah.
one else did it.
Mm-hmm. That was me. But
Yeah.
oh my God, this is so fun for me.
We're healing our inner child through our theme weeks.
We are. So when I was in high school, I really wanted to dress up.
Mm-hmm.
When we would have those theme weeks, I would want to dress up so badly. But then my friends would discuss it beforehand, like, oh, we're not going to do it. Like, it's so lame. Let's not do it. Why is it lame?
Yeah. See, but before it wasn't lame. It just
Hmm.
became lame when everyone decided it was out of the trend to have school spirit. Also, like our football team, no one would go to their games. And
Oh, that sucks.
yeah, no, okay, even worse. The community college here, zero school spirit. No one really goes to the games or anything. They even had to cancel the football program because they weren't making any money because no one was really showing up to the games.
That's
It
so
sucks.
sad.
Yeah.
That's
And they were
absolutely
losing
so
money.
sad.
They were losing money because whenever they would play, they would have to travel. So there was no
Hmm.
like income. So I understand like why they canceled it, but it's sad. Like things
But how
start
many
closing
like
down.
how many kids who wanted to play football didn't get a chance to, you know?
Yeah. Or how many were playing. I wonder if they got like if they were lucky enough to go to a different team or I don't know.
A lot of college students, community college students who play football end up going to bigger colleges to keep playing. So
Mm-hmm.
that like that sucks for them. What if they didn't get to go to a big college to keep playing?
Yeah. Yep.
This whole
And
school
that's just
spirit thing, I'm so mad. I'm
yeah, that's the
angry.
reality of yeah, it's the reality of life today.
It's just like school
Um
spirit. Why 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 do people consider it lame?
yeah,
Why
honestly,
was
like
it so out of trend?
why is there even pressure to like not like certain things because other people don't like them? Like drama clubs. If you were a drama kid, you were a loser. But I always thought drama kids were cool. But I never wanted to be a drama kid because of the fact that people would think I was a loser.
Troy Bolton literally showed us that drama kids can be cool. God, did no one watch
Yeah.
High School Musical?
Yeah, but we didn't have a Troy Bolton at my school. I could have been the Gabriella, but there was no Troy Bolton. Yeah.
Oh man.
Life sucks now.
I just it goes back to what I said in the beginning. Like it's just so boring.
Yeah, it really is. But also, I saw you put on here that our attention spans are getting shorter and shorter due to short form content, basically because of TikTok. I feel like that's another reason why kids don't have as much school spirit now because they're not really involved. They rather spend their time at home on their phones than like going out and doing something.
Hmm.
And I'm pretty sure that's like worldwide that all like kids are doing that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm biased when I wrote that because and people again, I don't know why. I
Hmm.
have been told like, "Oh yeah, you're so mature because you're not on TikTok." Like people make fun of me for not having TikTok.
I am honestly envious of you because I wish I had never gotten on TikTok. Honestly, I don't go on TikTok now as much only because when I do go on TikTok, I get a lot like I'm so insecure because like I want to make TikTok videos, but the community on TikTok is so much more how do I say it? Like anyone can view your video and the chances of you getting hate are so much higher.
Hmm.
And so I've like kind of like stepped away from TikTok, but I feel like TikTok is one of the biggest platforms right now. So it's kind of hard for me to not be on TikTok. So I'm kind of like envious of you that you've never been on there. You've never been hooked to it.
The reason I don't have TikTok is not
Mm,
because of any like I don't even know how to describe why I don't have it. I
mm-hmm,
had it downloaded. I even considered making one and I just didn't. And
mm-hmm,
then it blew up in the pandemic and I still didn't. And
uh-huh.
then now I feel like it's like a little too late.
Yeah.
I'm too late.
Yeah.
It's done for me. But it's not because of maturity. It's not because of that.
Mm-hmm,
I already spend so much time on Instagram and Twitter
mm-hmm.
to throw in a third app on there that would just consume more of my time just
Yeah.
didn't seem for me.
Yeah. Okay. Also, how do you feel about every app becoming like every app?
Oh yeah, I'm over Instagram. I'm like tired of it. Instagram
Yeah.
literally is basically TikTok.
Yeah, like I see none of my friends post. All I see is like recommended, suggested, and if I want to see people, I have to favorite them, but even then I still don't see them unless I go to the favorites tab. But who goes to their favorites tab, you know? You just pull it up real quick and then you don't see anyone close out of there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like sad. Also, like I don't know. I feel like it was just better when you had a separate thing for everything. Like if you wanted pictures, you'd go to Instagram.
Instagram.
And you wanted to see people post kind of like blogs, you would go to Twitter, you know, their little diaries. And then if you wanted short form content, you could go to back in the day, you would go to Vine. Vine was a whole era. We miss Vine.
Then let's talk about Vine.
Let's talk about Vine.
Because
Vine was
I
so fun.
again, I'm not a TikTok girly. I don't like TikTok, but Vine. This is when I feel old. This is when my age starts coming out. I was religiously on Vine. Vine was
Mm-hmm.
I used Vine more than any other app. Like
Did you
it
ever
was
make Vine videos?
I did not
Okay.
I
I
just
feel
watched
like,
Vines.
yeah, I feel like Vine was like less something you would post, but more something you would watch. Vine was the start of our short attention span, but I think it wasn't around long enough for us to really like.
Vine also wasn't as bad as TikTok. And I know like,
Yeah.
controversial, but it was 6 second. Like it didn't really. So what I've learned
Mm-hmm.
from observing people who go on TikTok,
Mm-hmm.
it's such an easy like scroll. Each
Mm-hmm.
video's 10 seconds to a minute,
Mm-hmm.
right? I don't know what the timing is.
It's longer now.
Oh,
They're
okay,
trying to
that's
become
good.
YouTube.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Well, but I see that I don't think that's a good idea. I think they're better as a short form content.
Yeah, no, really. Because I mean, if I want long form content, I'm gonna go to YouTube.
Hmm.
If I want something like quick and easy, it's TikTok. But then now
Hmm.
you're starting to get the longer videos, and I just kind of get bored, so I just like slip. I mean, not slip,
Yeah,
slide.
it's better
So,
as a short form, but with
mm-hmm.
TikTok, because these videos are about a minute or like 30 seconds, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
you pay attention still, but you're paying
Mm-hmm.
attention for like
A shorter amount of time.
very short amount. Vine, it's 6 seconds. There's not much happening, changing in your attention span.
Okay, you know what the difference between Vine and TikTok is, though? It's kind of like what you said, but Vine was comedy, straight comedy. There
Hmm.
wasn't really life hacks. Or if there were life hacks, they were like short, you know, it wasn't anything, I guess, profound. You weren't really learning much from Vine.
No, because they were
TikTok,
stupid. People would be like,
yeah,
life hack, and then they would do something stupid.
stupid. Yeah. So it was a comedy thing. But now you have TikTok and they're doing life hacks. They're teaching you things. You can teach someone something in 30 seconds. And so because you can get something in 30 seconds, that's why our attention span sucks now because we know we can get it in 30 seconds. But yet you have a longer video over here trying to teach you something in 10 minutes. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So
That
that's
there you
why our
go.
attention span sucks.
You got it perfectly. You
Guys,
know
thank you for
you can
coming to my
get
TED Talk.
the content in a
Hmm.
shorter amount of time, so might as well get it in the shorter amount of time.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause like, why spend 10 minutes over here when I can just do 30 seconds over here?
And like I said, Vine, I just for 6 second videos, I don't think that can mess with your attention span. Like it was
Mm-mm.
just fun.
Yeah. It was, you knew you were going to like watch something fun. And even when Vine died out, there were people trying to transition from Vine to YouTube, but then they had a little bit of a struggle because they were so used to only performing for 6 seconds that they did not know how to carry on a video for longer than six
They
seconds.
went from Vine to YouTube to Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so true. And now they're all on TikTok again.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on out
True. True.
I
True.
can do that.
The renegade.
Renegade,
Renegade.
renegade, renegade.
Renegade. Yeah. See, that era of TikTok though was so much better than the one now. Now it's like it's kind of scary because of the fact that like it's messing with us at this point. Also, it's like scary like how you can be on TikTok for so long because sometimes I'll open up TikTok and I think I'm on there for like 10 minutes, but then I'll go to my history to try to find a specific TikTok and I'm
It
scrolling through
takes
like
you forever
500
to
of them.
scroll back.
Yeah, I don't even remember watching these many.
And I mean, going back to what you said about all the apps turning into each other, even
Mm-hmm.
if I'm ever on Instagram and I even see a reel that I think is cool, I refuse to click on it because it's the same. It's literally TikTok.
Uh-huh.
I refuse to look at reels.
The self-restraint you have.
Oh, it's not that
Honorable.
good. There are times where I will go down a rabbit hole.
And Facebook
Everyone's
too.
roped into it. Yeah. On reels,
Yeah.
yeah. Everyone's roped
It's
into it. It's kind of crazy.
it's a scary world out there. Honestly, we're gonna have to stop fearing like serial killers, scary people getting kidnapped. We're gonna have to start getting scared of TikTok.
I'm
They're
already
coming for
there.
us.
I was a
Yeah.
Tumblr girly, so
Tumblr.
do you want to
Tumblr
get into
was,
that?
oh my God, I love Tumblr. Yeah, we could talk about Tumblr. I got on Tumblr though because of One Direction. I was a One Direction girly Tumblr person.
I got on Tumblr because of books.
Oh, okay. That was like a
Yeah.
big I don't know what you would call it, but there was
Community.
a group. Yeah. There
Yeah.
was like that alt
Mhm.
Tumblr. Yeah.
I wish I could go back to my Tumblr. I don't know where it is.
Yeah, Tumblr was fun though because they were like a blog meets social media because
Yeah.
people could like post stuff on there.
Hmm.
And I don't know, it was so much cooler and you would reblog things, you know. I don't even know how to describe Tumblr. Like if you describe Tumblr, I feel like it sounds like a stupid app, but it was the best app
I would
ever.
consider it a blog, yeah.
Yeah.
A
It
social
was
media
such a good
blog.
time. Yeah. Tumblr was it.
Did
I
you
love
have
Tumblr.
MySpace?
I did not.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't because my parents, it was like MySpace, I think, was the first social media that like blew up. And there was like that whole thing with pedophiles, like you don't know who you're talking to.
Um,
So they wouldn't let us have it. I didn't have social media until Facebook came around.
mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, moral of the story, we really rely on technology.
I
But
mean, we rely on technology to teach us things.
yes. So a little segue back to when we are talking about schools. One major change that happened was going from textbooks to laptops, iPads, whatever they use now, computers. And it's just really crazy to me because I was able to see that transition happen, but I
Hmm.
didn't experience it because my class was still using textbooks. And then it was the class like right after us that's when the laptops were introduced. So everyone was walking around with their little laptop baggies. And there was even like the first year they introduced the laptops where kids didn't really get taught anything because they were wasting so much time trying to figure out the whole laptop situation. So those kids didn't even experience school for like a year. But
Hmm.
now it's like literally I think every grade has
Hmm.
iPads. Every grade has laptops of some sort. I remember when I was in school, I was a straight A student and I was in
Straight A
this,
student,
yeah.
Crystal.
Ooh, ooh, it was an era, not anymore though. Um
You're
I
not in school, so it works.
yeah, true, true. But I was in, so our middle school was divided, which was kind of like sad, but they divided us by your academic ability. Like they had different I don't know what you would call them. Like they would like group us. So it was, my middle school was 7th and 8th grade.
Hmm.
And they would divide us by continents. So like I
Oh.
was in Antarctica. Antarctica was like yeah. Yeah, it's weird. It is so weird, but
Why would they
also
put the smart kids in Antarctica?
I don't know. But it's also kind of low key like borderline a little racist because they would be like the lower class, like the people who were like the less smart ones were in South America. Um,
No.
yeah, yeah. But I will say, like, the smart ones for the 8th graders were in Africa. I think like the middle ones were North America, but we did not have Asia. They did not include Asia
Mm.
on there. I think it was like Europe, Africa, North America.
Wait, sorry. They included Antarctica, but
They
not
included
Asia.
Antarctica. Yeah, they had Antarctica. That's why I thought it was so weird. I don't know why they called
You
it
just named
Antarctica.
every continent except for Australia
Yeah, but they
and
had
Asia.
Antarctica. They had Antarctica. I think they had Australia, but I don't remember too well. Yeah, but no Asia. Asia was not on there.
They said no stereotyping.
Yeah, they really did. But yeah, so my class was Antarctica, and so we were like the smart class. And one of the benefits of being in the smart class was that we got to use laptops, but we didn't
Mhm.
use these laptops like 24/7. We just had one case of like 40 computers that
That
we
would
could
sit
use.
in the classroom.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and it was the ThinkPad laptops. Did you get Jesus too? Okay.
We had
And
no, we had Chromebooks, but I know what the ThinkPad ones are.
okay. So we
Mhm.
had like the ThinkPads. And so that was supposed to be like our luxury, but they would use that throughout the entire school. So it's like
Because it was
we
a
didn't even
cart,
get to
right?
keep
They would
them.
roll it from different classes.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so like everyone got to use our laptops. We never got to experience the full laptop experience, but it's all right. It's cool, I guess.
Mhm. Someone would walk into your class, be like, "Hey, Mr. Whatever, can I take the cart?" And then you're like,
Yeah.
"It's my cart."
Yeah. Oh my God. Also, okay. Did you get to experience the rolling in of the TV? Because it was time to watch a
Yes.
movie. We
Yes, I
didn't have the
did.
projector yet. It
Yes, I
was
did.
like, those were the days.
I will say, being a 2000s kid, we kind of got lucky. Like, I'm so glad because I did get to experience the rolling TV. I got to experience
Mhm.
the overhead projector. I got to experience the smart board. Then I got to experience the laptops. Like, I'm glad
We
that I
got
got
all of it.
computer lab.
Yes. Oh my God. Those were so fun.
Cool math for kids.
Oh, man. I remember those. They had like fun games on there. Even though they were academic games, like they were fun. Not gonna
Listen,
lie.
as two former straight A students, cool math for kids was cool.
Yeah. Oh, I was really, really good at math. Like so good. I was
Me
like
too.
a mathematician. Don't ask me about math now, but like I had my timetables down. We had
Comment down below if you want Crystal and I to do the 1 minute math worksheet.
I was so good at that. I mean, I would probably suck now. I'd be down to do it, but I was
Dude,
so good at it. Okay, let me tell you. We had competitions at our school. Well, I think it was only in our classroom, but it was like throughout the grade. Anyways, I was like the top. And I lost my championship because of those stupid pencils, the ones you remember where you had to take the lead from the bottom and put it on the top and then they would like move down.
oh,
I lost one
the
of
one that
those.
looked like a pencil.
Yeah, it was like little leads, like little separate leads.
Oh yeah,
Do you
yeah, yeah,
remember
yeah,
that?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I had those pencils and I lost one of the little leads. And
And then you
so
can't, because then you
you have to
can't
like
push it
put
in.
something down, yeah, or hold it at the top. And so I was
Mhm.
like trying to go fast, and I remember the kid's name was Jonathan. Yeah, I remember him. I hate him. He beat me, and he made
We
my
don't
teacher
like you,
take my name
Jonathan.
off the board. Jonathan,
It's
we've
on
got beef.
site if I ever see you, Jonathan.
Yeah. Oh, I remember his face. If I see him, I'm
It's
going
on
at
site. It's on site.
rematch. You want to catch these hands?
We'll get, hold on. Let me print out the sheets. We're ready to go.
Yeah, we should do that for fun, honestly, just to like
I'd
test
be
us.
very down.
Watch us take like a whole 5 minutes to get like five of them done nowadays.
Oh my God. But yeah, the fact that we used to have those tests.
Yeah.
Workbooks,
Workbooks were lit.
do
Loved
they still have
workbooks.
those? I wonder. Children.
I don't know. Because
Comment
it's
down
all on
below,
iPad.
child.
We used to have like yeah, if there's a child up here watching, we used to have the printed little reading books.
Mhm.
Those were fun. Um oh, I remember we had a themed like okay, this was like a night thing, like a sleepover at the school for
Oh.
the Polar Express. Yeah, and we got to like go through every classroom. We got to experience something different. Like they did like a hot chocolate classroom. And then
Uh-huh.
there was like at the end there was like a movie where we got to see the movie and they had like snacks, popcorn, and you could take a little sleeping bag and sleep there overnight.
No, stop. That's so cute. Safety issue now.
Mm-mm.
Not allowed.
Mm-mm. Definitely not something I could see happening now. Unless there is. Yeah, kid. If there's a kid out there and this is
Child.
still happening, let us know.
Or any parents out there, let us
Yeah.
know what your kids are going through in school now. I'm really curious to know how school is now.
Yeah. Same.
But
I feel like
yeah,
it's boring now. We had
I
a
was
lit
gonna
childhood.
say, at, at the end of the day, as an adult, I just feel like things are boring.
Yeah. Yeah. Life was just so much better. It's so crazy though how like when you're younger, you want so badly to be an adult, but when you're an adult, you want so badly to relive your childhood. But yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for our little discussion on how things have changed and how life is just much better back then, not as much now. Yeah, if you guys aren't already following us on our socials, make sure you guys check that out. That will be linked down below. And also follow us on YouTube. Turn on those post notifications so you can get notified whenever we post, which is every
Wednesday at 6 a.m., both on
yes,
YouTube and on your podcast listening services, Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcasts. I just
really
wanted
that
to
everywhere.
say, even though we think that things are boring now and we're very much so missing our childhoods, I think I can say for both of us, we are still grateful for where we are today.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Life is boring now, but I mean, we're still grateful for it.
Yeah,
In comparison to what our childhood used to be like, it's boring now,
much, much
but
more.
it's still a good life. We cannot complain.
I'm glad we got that childhood.
Yeah. You know what? There's too many good things now, like Marvel movies. I would love to be able to experience those again. Well,
I
not
know.
again, because I never got to experience the first time.
I wish you said in your video, I hope they put them back
Mm.
in theaters so people can experience them again.
Yeah, honestly, it would be a really cool experience. I mean, they do it with Twilight, so they should do it
Yeah.
with Marvel.
But yeah, we are grateful for where we are today. I'm honestly
Mm-hmm.
happy we were born in the 90s because we got to experience that stuff as
Mm-hmm.
children. And now we get to experience, Marvel and all this stuff as adults.
Yeah. Yeah, but still having the heart of the early 2000s.
That's why we dress up. That's why we're theming again.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, if you're listening, come to YouTube because we theme on YouTube. We're
Yeah,
ready
we
on YouTube.
do. Yeah, we actually get done up and we try to match our topic. Christmas, we have plans to
Yeah.
wear Christmas sweaters.
Can't wait till
Woo-hoo.
Christmas.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. So yeah, check us out on YouTube, but also we're on Spotify, we're on Google Podcasts, we're on Anchor. Again, check out our personal Instagram accounts, which everything will be linked down below. We thank you guys so much for taking the time to listen to us, and we hope that you guys are joining us on this journey by now. But with that being said, guys, sorry for the spam.
Peace
Bye,
out.
guys.